The cottage style has become a highly requested and trendy design due to its possibilities of being combined with other styles such as vintage, rustic, farmhouse, or country. You can easily achieve farmhouse style in any room in the house, and with collections galore, it remains the most comfort interior design. So how do you get your own? Do you have to move to open space and make a farm-sized investment to achieve that lovely home of your own? Absolutely not. The beautiful of the farmhouse aesthetic is that it's simple. You can start small with a few gallons of flashy paint and a much-loved antique table, and eventually work your way up to exposed wood beams. Even better, it works well whether you live in a condo in a big city or a suburban home or a cabin in a small town. Explore the video to the end and create the perfect home full of style, function, and rustic vibes. Create your space warm and cozy. to the channel. In this new video, the natural style based on contrast is a home tour in Laura's house. Below, we give a series of ideas to achieve cozy and comfortable environments following the vintage rustic style. The vintage rustic style is capable of transmitting cozy and warm sensations in the environment, where the furniture with natural finishes is treated to resist the passage of time. The walls, the backgrounds that he uses the most in this vintage rustic style home tour are the range of warm colors such as wood and white to create a greater contrast with the rustic furniture. You can also see a focal point with highlighting a brick or stone wall. In the living room, here we show personal taste. But there is also objective or harmony in colors, shapes and quantities. Everything you can see how the furniture works and contrasts with the art on the walls. kitchen. Here a space was chosen that transmits warmth, freshness, and neutrality. Dark and light tones are the most used color range for this style. Obviously, the brick wall stands out as a focal point, but the island table is a vintage element that decides the style. In the bedroom, to decorate, you have to decide the sub-style of the furniture to choose within the base style, which in this case is vintage. There are several interesting ideas that could help you to complete your environment, such as the wooden bed contrasting with the color of the blanket pillows. Finally, we can say that this home tour is a vintage rustic sample in a cottage house. I hope you liked the video and tell us if you like natural wood or painted wood.
The vintage style is famous because it achieves beautiful interior decorations, for the way it demands texture and color and the way it manages to combine styles and materials in a harmonious and stylish composition. Rustic vintage decor refers to a style of interior decoration that combines elements of rustic and vintage design. When combined, rustic vintage decor creates a unique and eclectic look, blending the warmth and charm of rustic design with the elegance and timeless appeal of vintage aesthetics. It often incorporates repurposed or upcycled items, such as vintage suitcases turned into tables or salvage doors transformed into headboards, to add a touch of individuality and creativity to the space. Welcome to the house of Therese Bergqvist. In the living room, a collection of watches or a solid wood table are vintage elements that give character to a white room, a base to start decorating and personalizing a space, starting with a good choice of each piece of furniture. The furniture does not have to belong to the same category. Which piece of furniture would you like? A chic sofa with a simple and stylish design. In the kitchen. It's a very inspiring house, with a beautiful interior design that is different in each room, and yet there's a continuity throughout the house. But white cabinets are the standard for many kitchens, but vintage accessories and wood details give it a timeless design. In the dining room. The wooden furniture stands out against the white background of the space to take on the character of the rustic style. Is daring to have different chairs in a dining room your style? In the bathroom. Every little piece has its own place in there. There are all sorts of details that make this place unique, starting with the bathtub. In the bedroom. Notice how cozy this place looks. It seems rustic and yet it's also very elegant, a combination very hard to obtain. If you like flower wallpaper, choosing a vintage style is still possible. In the garden. Vintage white furniture is in high demand to decorate in this style. Discover how with just a few vintage or rustic furniture you can create a pleasant corner in your garden. Muchas gracias por ver el video y apoyar el canal. Hello. My name is Jossie and I'm glad you're watching the channel for another home tour. Brittany's house is charming and you can see her passion in decorating. I hope you enjoy this video as much as I do. I hope it can inspire you with ideas to decorate your home with style. To decorate your living room, dining room, kitchen, kitchen and bedroom in white rustic cottage style, follow these steps. In the living room. Color scheme. Opt for a predominantly white color scheme to achieve a light and airy ambience. Use different shades of white such as off-white, cream, or eggshell to add depth and texture to the spaces. Walls. Paint the walls in a light shade of white or consider using white wood paneling for a more rustic touch. Upholstery. Opt for furniture upholstery in neutral colors like gray, beige, or cream. Add a few white or off-white throw pillows with subtle patterns to tie the room together. In the dining room. Furniture. Choose furniture with a distressed or weathered appearance to create a rustic feel. Look for vintage pieces or those made from reclaimed wood. Keep the furniture in white or light-colored finishes to maintain the cottage style. Flooring. Choose hardwood flooring in a whitewashed or light color. This will enhance the rustic appeal and provide a cottage-like feel. You can add rugs with simple patterns or a natural fiber rug, such as jute or sisal, to bring warmth and texture to the space. In the kitchen. Accessories. Incorporate natural elements into your decor. Use woven baskets for storage or display dried flowers in glass vases. Decorate the walls with vintage or nature-inspired artwork, or hang a collection of white plates on the wall in a symmetrical arrangement. Tableware. Use white or beige ceramics, stoneware, or ironware for your table settings. Display them on open shelves or a vintage hutch for a charming cottage touch. the bedroom. Textiles. Incorporate natural fabrics such as cotton or linen in the form of curtains, cushions to enhance the cottage aesthetic. Choose lighter, sheer curtains that allow natural light to filter through. Lighting. Install wrought iron or metal pendant lights with a distressed finish to complement the rustic feel. Add table lamps with burlap or linen shades to create a warm and cozy atmosphere. Floral and greenery. Add fresh or dried flowers, such as white hydrangeas or baby's breath, in vases to bring life and color to the rooms. You can also use potted plants or herbs in small white ceramic pots to add a touch of greenery. Remember, the key to achieving a white rustic cottage style is to keep the overall look light, airy, and filled with natural elements. Integrate vintage pieces, distressed finishes, and neutral colors to create a cozy and inviting environment.
Welcome to a new home tour. Ewa's house is very special to get inspired with new ideas. Adorable and unique house decorated in rustic chic style. Highlight the wood in your house. Use lots of natural wood in your rustic chic space. It looks homey and comfortable and evokes the feeling that everyone is welcome here. Rustic chic is a good balance and can look very different depending on the space and decorator. Natural simplicity, rustic elegance harkens back to a simpler time. Quality over quantity. Decorate thinking that each piece is chosen very deliberately. Color scheme. This aesthetic evokes nature, so rich for comforting earthy colors like pale greens and soft browns when you like a pop of colors. focus on unexpected touches. The art maintains the color palette but brings a definite soft glamour to a space. Unique items seek to evoke feelings of a time when everything was made by hand. Put a bathtub in your bathroom. Would look amazing in the bathroom. A natural bedroom. Choose romantic and cozy details in the color palette that you find in nature.
Rustic cottage style is a timeless and charming interior design theme that is inspired by the simplicity and beauty of nature. It captures the essence of cozy, countryside living and often incorporates natural textures, earthy colors, and vintage elements to create a warm and welcoming atmosphere. Welcome to a new video with a new tour of the Gale's house, who restored his 350-year-old house in the English countryside, inspired by natural materials and nature. Originating from rural homes and cottage, rustic style emphasizes a connection to the outdoors. It is characterized by the use of organic materials like wood, stone, and leather, as well as the incorporation of natural elements such as plants, animal motifs, and floral patterns. The focus is on creating a sense of comfort, coziness, and casual living. Key features of rustic style include exposed wooden beams, reclaimed wood furniture, and rough-hewn finishes. The color palette is typically warm and earthy, with shades of brown, green, and cream dominating the space. Textiles like wool, linen, and burlap are commonly used for upholstery, curtains, and bedding, adding to the cozy and rustic feel. Do you like this style? Follow these 10 tricks to have a cozy house decorated in a rustic style. 1. Opt for natural materials. Use wood, stone, and brick elements to create a rustic look. Incorporate hardwood floors, exposed wooden beams, and stone walls if possible. 2. Use vintage and repurposed furniture. Incorporate vintage furniture pieces or repurpose old items to give a rustic feel. Look for distressed or weathered finishes. 3. Create a focal point with a fireplace. If possible, include a fireplace to act as a centerpiece in the room. Use a wooden or stone facade to enhance the rustic style. 4. Embrace earthy colors. Choose a color palette inspired by nature, including warm earth tones like browns, greens, and neutrals. 5. Add cozy textiles. Incorporate soft and warm fabrics like wool, faux fur, and chunky knit blankets to create a cozy atmosphere. 6. Integrate rustic accessories. Use items like lanterns, mason jars, old books, and vintage signage to add rustic charm to your space. 7. Include natural lighting. Maximize natural light by incorporating large windows and sheer curtains. Use pendant lights or Edison bulbs to enhance the rustic atmosphere. 8. Showcase nature. Bring elements of the outdoors inside by adding plants, flowers, and natural or floral patterns in your decor. 9. Use rustic artwork and decor. Hang vintage artwork, landscape paintings, or rustic signs to add personality and a rustic touch to your walls. 10. Layer textures and patterns. Mix textures such as distressed wood, fur, and rough fabrics, and incorporate patterns like plaid, stripes, or floral prints to add depth and visual interest to your space. In summary, rustic style is all about creating a warm and inviting atmosphere that reflects the beauty of nature. It embraces natural materials, earthy colors, and vintage elements to bring the charm of the countryside into your home. Whether you're looking to create a cozy cabin retreat or add a touch of rustic flair to your urban dwelling, this design style can perfectly capture the comfort and tranquility of a natural setting.
House with a perfect mix of cottage and rustic touches. The entry hall sports white stripes on the wall. This area shows the combination of rustic and cottage elements. The desk works well near the front door for convenience and because she wanted something in front of the wall. The living room showcases the natural elements that the designer likes to add to a space. Any room benefits from a piece of rustic finish. She keeps all her big pieces neutral, then adds texture with pillows and throws to make the room cozy. It looks fresh for spring and enhances wood tones. Plus, she ensured the room with neutral area rug. This dining area between the kitchen and living room is a small space where only the rustic table with white chairs stands out. The features of the master bedroom is as simple as the branch on the wall above the headboard. All of its bedding is white. She loves anything in white for country houses and for spring. Rustic cottage style with modern touches. A reading corner. Looking towards the main door, there is an armchair which allows you to take advantage of the bookshelf placed under the stairs. Meeting place. The living room showcases the natural elements that the designer likes to add to a space, such as baskets, books, and clay crafts. Large pieces of neutral, then add a splash of color with pillows and throws to make the room cozy. The color enhances the wood tones. A stone fireplace. The family room is the main place that benefits from the stone wall of the fireplace. One tip for rugs is to layer them. Make sure the bottom rug is very thin and layer a more luxurious rug on top. Kitchen with island. A view of the kitchen immediately highlights the island in a different color that brightens and warms the space. Rustic laundry. Integrating appliances into a rustic style is not easy. Here it is achieved with the details with the baskets that contrasts with a dark color. Modern bathroom. An elegant bathroom in a color palette of white, black, and gray suits all styles, highlighting the bathtub to blend in with the rustic style. Rustic retreat. The main bedroom presents one of the pieces that makes it unique, and it is the headboard wall with moldings that match the wardrobe. What do you like about this mix of styles? Rustic decoration, the trend this fall. The rustic decoration that will be a trend this fall is connected with nature and transmits tranquility. In the classic rustic style, furniture made with natural materials cannot be missing. Welcome to Candace's house. At the entrance, enjoy the color of autumn. It is here without using many elements alluding to the season. In the living room, rustic decoration this fall-winter will be a trend again. It takes more into account the practicality of each element that makes up the decoration. For example, the cushions and blankets. It is as welcoming as it invites us to enjoy transmitting tranquility. dining room. This rustic style consists of creating an environment connected with nature, but very relaxed at the same time. Likewise, it is committed to soft textures, wood, furniture made with natural fibers and rounded shapes, as well as new arrangements inside the kitchen, inside the home. In the kitchen, a clear example of this are open kitchens with exposed copper utensils. In the bathroom, old pieces with renewed character and vintage finishes. If we focus on each piece, you can feel the charm of a relaxing environment. In the bedroom, white painted wooden ceilings highlight any space where the stylish bed, lighting and vintage furniture are charming. Welcome to my channel. My name is Josie and this is Monica's house. The decoration stands out for the vintage furniture that takes center stage in each of the spaces that we will present below in this video. In the living room, rustic gallery wall. Create a wall gallery wall using vintage frames and rustic artwork to add charm and personalization. Rustic fireplace mantle. Install a distressed or reclaimed wood mantle above the fireplace to enhance the rustic vibe in the living room. Reclaimed wood. Use reclaimed wood for flooring, furniture, or as an accent wall to add character and a weathered look. Rustic accessories. Decorate with items like antlers, horseshoes, old lanterns, and woven baskets to add rustic charm throughout the space. Log accents. Use logs as decorative elements such as candles, holders, tables, or side stools for a rustic woodsy touch. In the dining room, hang a vintage style signs with rustic fonts and distressed finishes to create an old-time rustic feel. Distressed furniture. Incorporate furniture pieces with a distressed or weathered finish to achieve a rustic look. Natural elements. Bring the outdoors in by adding greenery such as potted plants, fresh flowers, or dried branches to infuse a rustic natural feel. In the kitchen, rustic kitchen island. Incorporate a reclaimed wood or vintage furniture piece as a kitchen island to create a rustic focal point. Farmhouse sinks. Install a large farmhouse sink in the kitchen for a practical and rustic focal point. Rustic open shelving. Replace upper cabinets with open wooden shelves to showcase rustic dishware and decor. In the bedroom, rustic textiles use natural and textured fabrics like burlap, linen, and plaid to bring a cozy rustic feel to upholstery, curtains, and bedding. Rustic window treatments. Hang burlap or linen curtains with simple tiebacks or wooden blinds for a rustic window treatment.